Yo, TDF gang, welcome back. Alright, so this video, I'm just going to talk about my plans for 2019, right? So this is actually filmed the same day as some of the clips from the last video. I don't know if I'm going to upload it on the same day or not, but yeah. So it is now December 31st, 2018. And I want to get this video out before the new year or on January 1st to talk about my plans for the new year, right? So I have 5 main goals for the new year that I want to cover. I want to get, my motorcycle license and actually know how to ride, get a project motorcycle, all that good stuff. I'll talk about that more later. I want to get a manual car, learn how to drive manual, and start building that towards the end of the year. I want to establish a consistent upload schedule for YouTube. I want to really become a consistent YouTuber instead of these sporadic updates I'm doing now. I want to actually participate in this race season. I wanted to participate in the 2018 season, but as we all know, that didn't work out as planned. So 2019 is going to be my year. I'm going to participate. I'm putting it into existence now. And last but not least, I want to learn how to weld. So I really want to get into welding. I definitely see myself using it as a career in the future, like a backup plan. I do have other plans, but I just want to learn how to weld for multiple reasons. So I want to get into that for sure. So those are my 5 main goals for the year 2019. So I want to go a little more into detail on each one of the goals, kind of explain what I want to do with that, what I mean, different things like that. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing I mentioned was the motorcycle license, right? So I don't know if I mentioned it in previous videos, but I am into motorcycles too. And I want to learn how to ride. I want to get my license. So I've been playing around with the idea of getting a project motorcycle to work on, learn about motorcycles, learn how to ride on, right? While I'm getting my license and keep that for some time. So, me personally, I'm more of a Suzuki fan. I know y'all might not agree with that, but I have my reasons for being a Suzuki fan. I don't know if I'm explaining those now or later, but yeah, I like Suzuki. So I want to get a Suzuki motorcycle, really cheap, build like a Street Fighter build or something like that on a budget as usual, And I want to not only use that experience to learn how to ride and learn how to work on motorcycles, but I want to create a motorcycle that's going to create profit. And I want to use that profit to go into my next goal, which is the manual car. So as I mentioned before, I want to get a manual car because I want to learn how to drive manual. Unfortunately, Michelle here, my BMW, is not manual. So I do want to get a manual car so I can learn. Originally I planned to get a manual car in like January, February of 2019, but I've changed those plans because, like I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm still in high school. I do have plans to go to college, and I'm actually in a program under science and technology, right? For schools in my county, at least, in order to graduate with a certificate for science and technology, you have to complete a research practicum course, right? Research practicum, also known as RP, is pretty much a year-long research project, a year-long science fair project, right? So my research practicum project is going to be my priority right now because that's going to determine my grade for that class. It's going to determine whether I graduate with a science and tech certificate, I guess. So that is definitely going to be a priority, and my project is not going to be cheap. So with the money that I get over the next year or so, up until around April, all my money and time is going to go mainly into my RP project, just so I can get that out the way and make sure that's squared away. And then after that, that's when I want to invest money into my own, interests, my passions, and save up for college as well. So RP is due in April of 2019. So once RP is done, like I said, all my focus is going to be on my passions, cars, different things like that. So that's why I'm waiting until April before I, dive into getting a manual car. I really can't wait. We'll see what happens. Maybe some deal will come up and I'll get one earlier. But like I said, the previous goal was to get a motorcycle, right? And I want to use the profit from that motorcycle to get my manual car. So the motorcycle build will be like a really budget build. However, that money that I spend is going to, raise the value, of course. And I want that to go towards a manual car, as I've mentioned, right? So I get the manual car, learn how to drive manual, and unfortunately, Like I said, I have plans of going off to college, so I don't know what my upload schedule is going to be like after a while. But yeah, we'll see what happens down the road with how I handle this project, because I want to race that manual car in the 2020 racing season. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, third goal that I mentioned, I don't really remember the order I listed them in, but I'm just going to say the third goal was to establish a consistent upload schedule for YouTube. So I kind of wanted to start off that way, but as we can see, it didn't work out like that. So, you know, like I said, I have a lot going on right now. Me handling school, trying to find a job, doing extracurricular activities, sports, band, all this stuff that I'm involved in. So in a consistent schedule, and on top of that, you know, not having that much content for the channel because I don't have parts I can put on every day, things like that. I want to have some form of consistent upload, something that I can do at least like once a week to create an upload for the channel. So like whether it's pulls or a Q&A or something like that, something I could do consistently. I just want a consistent schedule for my YouTube channel in 2019. I know it's not going to be established in January, of course. That's like really short term. But by the end of 2019, I want a consistent YouTube upload schedule. So it's kind of self-explanatory there. So I'm just going to go into the next point. So the next point that I mentioned, aside from the last three that I mentioned already, once again, I don't remember the order. So I'm just going to go with what just popped in my head. I want to learn how to weld. Welding opens up a lot of opportunities, especially in the automotive hobby, right? So whether it's welding, you know, custom parts, you know, fabricating, or it's you creating new parts for your, I guess that still falls under fabricating, yeah. Or doing body work, different things like that, you know. Welding is just something that I see as another avenue. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I just want to learn how to weld. I was trying to make it sound real good, but simply put, I want to learn how to weld for multiple reasons. Got it? All right. Last point. All right, last point, of course. I want to participate in the 2019 racing season. So I was really bummed out when I didn't get to participate in the 2018 season. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. So it happened. I got to deal with it. Moving on, 2019, I really want to participate in a good amount of the racing season. I don't know how much, you know, or which series I guess I'm going to join. But for sure, I want to make sure that I'm racing in some way, shape, or form. I've been looking into like autocross clubs that, you know, go to tracks. Unfortunately, there's no like track close to me. The closest tracks to me are like drag racing tracks, but I'm talking about, you know, road racing, things like that. So we'll see what happens with that. Really, right now, I'm just mainly thinking autocross, because that's really where you build your skill. You know, it's not as expensive. It's not, you know, it's not as demanding as, say, like, you know, a consistent track racer, right? So I'm looking into some autocross clubs. We'll see what goes on with that. But whatever I do, I just want to make sure I'm racing in 2019. That's that. So yeah, that kind of wraps it up for those 5 main goals that I mentioned. Of course, I have side goals inside of those. You know, of course, I want to grow the channel. I don't really have a subscriber count goal. You know, it's mainly just a number. It's more so the support that I'm looking for, you know, and actually having fans would be cool. So I want to grow the channel. I want to grow the racing team and actually get my friends involved, more people. So one of the things that I've always wanted to do was like have a cruise with all the homies in our nice cars, you know, go to a car show or something, just cruise down the highway, a little bit of racing, stuff like that. So I want to, you know, get a taste of that before 2019 is over. So that's my plans for the new year. Hope to see y'all a little bit more often in the new year with some, you know, some more interesting videos, you know. Yeah, it's gonna wrap it up. All right, TDF gang, see y'all.